morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about 3 things we could learn from Thomas Edison's failures. Good morning, everyone. Josh Ezel, Breakthrough Real Estate Property Management. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Today we're talking about Thomas Edison, one of my favorite figures from all time. You can't argue with his inventions and his contributions to society. But what I really want to focus on is his attitude towards failure, right? Here's one of his most famous quotes. I haven't failed 10,000 times. I've successfully found 10,000 ways that will not work. Now, this was an answer to a question about the light bulb and how many attempts it took them to finally find one that worked, right? Now, most people know about his story about the light bulb, etc. Now, I want to focus on one of his many other failures as an inventor, as a businessman, etc. And what we could actually take and learn from them today. Number 1, the electric pen. Now, this isn't the pen we all think of today. No. This pen was actually quite unique. Now, the electric pen was actually used to hopefully copy what you already wrote, right? So the electric pen would actually create a stencil, and it would actually put holes in the paper in the form of your message or whatever it is that you're writing, so that way you could come back, put it over, and lay it with ink to kind of create the stencil of whatever you wrote to kind of keep duplicating it. Great invention on the surface, but a couple huge flaws in it. Number 1, extremely heavy, extremely loud. Since it ran on batteries, these were actually special batteries that you had to store in a chemical solution. Not good at all. Next, it was very messy. In the face of all those issues, he realized very quickly that this was not going to work. So that's the lesson we can learn from this one. Not the moment, but if you see so many things staring you in the face that this isn't going to work, don't take it personally. Realize, and this is his main lesson too, it will take many failures to get to those big wins. But guess what? Those big wins will be big enough to carry you through and dwarf any of these quote-unquote failures along the way, right? Number 2, he invented a tin-foil phonograph. Now, we know the phonograph eventually became popular, but we are actually rewinding 10 years prior to that in one of its original versions, I guess you can say. Instead of having the wax cylinder, this used a tin-foil plate, right? Now, when he was inventing it, he cranked it this way, spoke into the machine, and then when he reset the plate, he played it backwards, it spouted what he said back perfectly. So he's like, man, this is great. So he went out there and started sending it off to the masses. He had people buying it, they were going to fairs, but the catch was, it seemed like a novelty. He had no target audience. He didn't have any actual purpose for this machine yet. And I mean, honestly, it wasn't the greatest version, and there was a reason it would come back later. But right off the bat, people loved it. It was like, wow, that's really cool. But what can I do with it? There was no audience. There was no, what's the benefit to you? Why should you have this really cool item? And before you knew it, demand waned. It just went bye-bye. And there you go. There's a reason why the tin-foil phonograph isn't popular. Fast forward 10 years, with the wax cylinder, that became very popular. This one was very durable. You can use it a lot. I mean, it was great, right? This time, he knew which audience to market it to. He knew, okay, we're gonna use it in this function, in this function, in this function, and he marketed directly to those people to know exactly how to use it, why to use it, and why it would benefit them to use it. Therefore, phonographs became basically household items for the most part. All right, very cool lesson learned. Know your audience, know the benefits the people are going to have and why. All right, next and final one. Number 3, talking dolls. Now, we all know talking dolls today. I mean, as a kid, who wouldn't love, the Woody doll? Whoop, and they talk, right? what he did was that he took these little dolls from, I believe, Germany or so, and he put little phonographs inside these little dolls, right? And he was really hoping to be out for the Christmas of 1888. Okay, so here's lesson number 1. Production issues happened and he was delayed. He didn't actually make it to market till Christmas 1890. He was delayed basically 88, 89, finally on the 3rd year he finally released it. Lesson number 1, don't give up, keep trying. Very few things run smoothly, very few things run on the time we would prefer, so don't give up. Alright, so Christmas 1890, he got to launch these dolls. Almost instantly, he started getting returns and complaints. Number 1, they were extremely fragile and would break. I mean, these are dolls with little girls and kids playing with them, right? Number 2, the voice that it would have up front would start getting quieter and quieter and quieter almost within an hour, right? Next, imagine this and how freaky this one would be. Sometimes, and the voices sounded terrible. It was not a cute little girl's voice at all. And sometimes it could be very frightening what comes out of the doll's mouth. So, needless to say, immediately almost all of them started having issues. So what he did was very honorable. Within a month, had every single one of them pulled from the shelves, and that was done. Within a month, he pulled everything. What he realized, and this is the lesson learned here, his reputation is huge. If you put out something crappy, cruddy, broken, not good, very quickly you're gonna go out of business. Your reputation's gonna just not be there. That is not good. Your reputation is everything. Be known for your service, be known for your product, be known for your value. It's better to bring it all back and come out a little bit later with a brand new and improved product. All right, and be honest. Don't try to cover it up, just be honest. This happened, this didn't work, this is why. Communication and honesty is key. That's what endears you to the public. All right? Tell me if you've heard about any of these inventions from Thomas Edison. I mean, I would have loved to see one of these talking dolls, and I would have loved to hear one of those horrible sounding ones. Oh my gosh, that would have scared, I have a daughter myself, and I can only imagine how traumatizing a scary talking doll would have been. Oh man. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.